Hi. So basically, at the time I'm making this, I only just put on my blog my fifth production log. There are going to be posts between it. I don't know why I didn't post it on my blog. I think I was waiting for something, but I don't actually know what. Um, but so I'm not quite sure what I said for my future things. So I'm hoping it all fit in together. And make sense because I don't know what I said. I know that I've already talked about some things, some posts, and I said what I was doing currently, but I don't know what I said, so I'm just going to do this straight off the bat. What I really need to do, but okay, no, I'll talk about that in a minute. I have my coffee because it's a decaf because it's late at night, and I feel like this I have to have a coffee in it now. I haven't in a few, or I've had it by me, but I haven't had it in the thing, but I have it today. And I put on some lipstick to make myself look pretty, even though I can't drink coffee and wear lipstick, so this was a pointless exercise, but I look really good, so it's all okay. So, what have I done in the past? Well, so far I've done my contents list now. My contents information, so what's going on my contents page, which was really fun because I got to put all the bands in and stuff and work out things like that. I don't know, it was just fun to do. And working out, although it was quite hard and tedious having to come up with a little tagline for almost every single thing. I was just like, I found it quite difficult to do that, and some of the ones I don't like because I think they sound quite immature. And I know it's just a coursebook magazine, so it doesn't have to sound mature, but if I was making a real one, I would like it to be a bit more mature than what I have. And I also did the band index, but I've had to switch some stuff around on it because I wanted to change some people's names purely because friends that I have changed their names, which are mentioned in the magazine, and I wanted to be inclusive with them. I've also put up a contact sheet of all my pictures, which I'm quite happy about. I have picked my favourite ones that I'm probably going to put in the magazine, but I might add a few more in that I haven't picked as my favourites. But you don't even know what my favourites are. So we'll just see what happens when I get to the magazine. And I also did something that I can't remember right now. This is really unprofessional. Did I even just post that? Please. Okay, I did. Oh yeah, I put up my model release forms in a separate post because it was quite hard to find them where they were. So I put them in a separate post. And I already did a video on props and costumes. I did talk about it in another production log, but it is there in my planning section. So I've already done that. Those are the things I've already done. Coming up, I am about to start doing image ideas. I'm going to put in the images that I created, the different positions, in a PowerPoint. And the photos I created, basically, in a PowerPoint, my favourite ones, and ones that are very similar, and talk about why I did them like that and what my premise was. But I do also feel, I haven't decided yet whether I'll do this. It depends how bothered I can be, which sounds really bad, considering I'm meant to be bothered about all of it. But there were so many pictures I really wanted to recreate, like, so many, and one of them I managed to, badly, and I'm not putting it in the magazine because Arena, my main model, is in focus, but her other two band members aren't, which is a bit of a shame. So it looks a bit weird, and I don't know whether I like it or not. It looks a bit trippy. I don't think I'm going to put it in, but I managed to recreate that from an actual band's thing, which I was really happy about. I did find a problem with taking the pictures, which I didn't talk about, was the fact that of height, and I didn't realise until I was looking at the pictures the height issues, because Arena is medium high, Emily, who is the drummer, is kind of quite short. I think she's about my height, or maybe even smaller than me, and Jack is taller than the both of them by quite a lot, and the most of the time they're in height order just because there was only three of them. You couldn't put them in an order that wasn't height order, but I found it quite hard with positioning it on the contents page especially. how to do it. You see what I mean? Just because I want it to look nice, like aesthetically pleasing on the page. And you're kind of meant to have some of their head chopped off, but not a lot, just to make it. I know that it looks nice. I can't tell you why it looks nice. There's probably some psychological thing about why it looks nice. It just looks better than just cropping off their heads like in a small box. But it was quite difficult to do that. And then so I'm gonna put up that, and then I am gonna get some proposal feedback, but I haven't decided whether that'll be comments on my magazine from family members or whether I video it or do a mixture of the thing. So I'll film family and friends saying stuff, and then I'll do videos of reading out other people's comments, and then or taking screenshots and sticking them in or something like that. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to do with it, but I need to work it out soon, so we'll see. Yes, and then what I'm also doing at the moment is I am very slowly creating my magazine. My first draft of my magazine. I've created most of a contents page so far, which is okay because I haven't done some of my other bits yet, so it'd be helpful. Oh yeah, I've also done a sketch of my contents page. Wait, I want a coffee. Lipstick everywhere. That's the problem. I should get more matte lipsticks because then it won't go everywhere. And I've actually already changed it from my sketch, but I wanted to sketch before I did it just so I knew where things were going, and I was glad that I did it, and I will put them up as well, maybe for my evaluation or just another thing where I talk about sketches of it. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but this is the sketch of my contents page. So I have already changed some of it. For example, my editor's note is there, but it's a lot smaller. These are a 3, so it's like 1, 2, 3, and then this is over there. I have a social media thing at the bottom here where it says quiz, because this is kind of all moved up, and I have a social media box there. The subscription box is still there, but it's slightly bigger. My band list. House of Actress is there. I've put a picture of Kira down here. I know I rubbed it out, but that was just because of spacing issues, but she still went there. Yeah, there was a picture. Oh yeah, I've written it in now. I wasn't originally going to put it there, but I put a picture of Andy Black, also known as Andy Biersack, in this content, which I wasn't really planning to do. I wanted it to kind of be all my own pictures on the content page, and the majority of all my own pictures on the whole magazine, but I needed something to fill that up, and I hadn't got enough different pictures of people, because I picked 3 of my friends to be models of pictures I can just take from their Facebook. I had Kira modelling, and I had my band, so I didn't have enough pictures to fill up the contents page, but I've stuck pretty well to it. Like even this bit, because I wanted it to be like thin. I can't put the front cover in there yet because I haven't done the front cover, and issues and stuff. I need to put in a page number on my actual contents page at some point. So that's what I'm going to be doing in the future, is continuing to create my contents page and then going on to my main article. But so far I'm really happy with what I've done. I feel I was going to say something, but I don't remember what it was about what I've done, and it was something kind of important, but I can't think of it at this moment in time. What I'm going to be doing in the future is... Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. I have been recording making my magazine, so I am going to put the sketches in, but I'm making a video of my process. So I've been doing screen recordings from QuickTime Player, because you can use QuickTime Player on a Mac to record your screen. If you click on QuickTime Player and go into the bar and click on settings and new screen recording, I believe is how it works. I don't know. But anyway, I've been doing that for my magazine instead than screenshotting, but I am worried about losing my videos for it, just because they are quite long and I don't want to lose them, and they do take up quite a lot of space. So I am going to have to move them onto my memory stick, I think, just because of spacing issues on my laptop. But I've been doing that, so that should be good to create at the end, but there's going to be so many videos for it, because I'm going to be spending loads of time on it. I'm still slightly ill. I think I talked about it in my last video. I might have even had a coughing fit in my last video. But yes, so I've done that. So in the future, I'm going to next be creating an audience profile of who I want my audience to be. I did talk about who I want my audience to be in my proposal already, but I'm going to do a full thing on who I would imagine my audience being, because you basically create who they are, what they're like, that kind of thing, what job they do or whatever, to explain your magazine kind of thing, and also talk about promotional methods. So for example, I've already said that, I don't know if this counts as a promotional method, I'm going to have to ask, but I talked about that I'd put in advert spaces where I would put in adverts which would get money, but then ways that I would actually promote my own magazine is I've put in lots of things already, like we have lots of social media stuff, we have a website, we have subscription deal, a really ridiculous subscription deal. I'm kind of looking at it and I'm like, because I feel like I'm too kind, because I would really want people to buy my magazine if it was a real magazine. And I know that people can't afford to have humongous subscription deals, but then they never go into because people get shopping from delivered, or they go into tiny little supermarkets for whatever they need, and there isn't, like going into a Tesco Express, which is like near me, if I want to go on the way to the train station. The magazines are hidden and there's a very small amount of them compared to, say, a Waitrose that I go to. So I would want people to notice them, and it depends how often they go to the supermarket, they're going to buy them unless they get a subscription. But they won't get a subscription if it's too expensive. So I think it worked out to like £120 or something. It was something ridiculous that my magazine was going to cost if they bought it individually every month, every week. So I put it down to, it's either I put it down as a subscription deal was £75, which meant you were saving £40, or putting it down as £40, which meant you got £75 off. But I don't remember. And they got £10 off every purchase that they make at Grind Store, and they get to choose how they want to see the magazine, and they get to see bonus stuff. Because I thought, if I appeal to a larger audience with what they could do, and it wasn't, because Kerrang, I believe the subscription, you only do it for half a year, and it's ridiculous. Like, you get a free t-shirt, but it's still a ridiculous amount for half a year, and it was like for the whole year subscription. And I just feel like you can either do a really expensive amount where not many people do it, which will equal a smaller amount that loads of people do, if you see what I mean. And I feel like if you go cheaper, more people go like, that's amazing, I want to dive in there with it. Because I've often asked before, I used to get a subscription to Bliss magazine, which was a fashion magazine when I was very much younger. I was in year 8. I got a subscription from my grandma for Christmas as my thing, my present, and yeah, because you got like a whole year thing, and it was quite cheap, and you got free gifts and stuff, so it was like pretty damn good. Apart from the quality was, well, I'm sure their writing, I'm being snobbish, but I just, yeah, and I'm doing a competition, or I think I mentioned that there's going to be a competition, and you know, that typical thing that would promote a magazine. I'm doing lots of the typical stuff. I'm not even, I feel like I'm not allowed to show this off, but you can see I'm looking at it. Basically, I have all the stuff I'm doing in the future up until the 18th of December, which is when I have to give it in. The homework for my birthday, so you get a special production vlog near my birthday, is the article draft is due in. Which, to be honest, if I was going to have, like, let's imagine I was so into homework that I'd consider homework a present. Now, I'm not going that far into it, but I don't consider homework a present for my birthday. But that is being creative, and that is probably the most awesome homework I could get, rather than being like, do your survey of your analysis. Like, the research stuff, some of it was amazing, and some of it was really boring and tedious. So I'm glad I have a more fun thing to do. So draft an article, and come up with answers and stuff, or actually ask what they'd answer if they were a pop star or whatever. Pop star? Rock star? So I'm just glad it's something creative for my birthday that I get to do. I'm also going to talk about my name ideas further on. That's going to be a while. My masthead designs, that'll be interesting. New media, how will I incorporate social media and stuff into it, which I suppose will also go under my promotional method. Article draft, boxing out what text I'm going to box out, cover lines, colour ideas. My first draft is going to be on the 18th of December, which means I assume everything on my magazine will be done by the 18th of December, which means that my cover page will be then, which will be interesting. Should be good. But anyway, that is basically everything I've done so far, doing so far, going to do so far. Thank you for listening to me ramble on for a ridiculous amount of time that was totally unnecessary, as per usual. Thank you for watching me look at myself in the camera for the entire time, because I'm obviously incredibly narcissistic. And thank you just for even bothering to watch these. I say that, people might just watch like the first half. I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching. I will see you next week at some point. There's the stop button.